When the grid goes down, one of the first things people notice isn't the lack of lights. It's the lack of running water. Sanitation quickly becomes a serious problem. Without power, your toilet might not flush, your tap might not run, and your ability to maintain basic hygiene begins to deteriorate fast. Most people are so focused on food and flashlights that they completely overlook this vital area of survival. But when waste builds up, disease follows. Poor sanitation has historically been one of the deadliest threats in any prolonged emergency. That's why having a plan for hygiene and waste disposal isn't just smart, it's essential. Start by storing extra toilet paper, not just a few rolls, but enough for at least a few weeks per person. Include wet wipes, feminine hygiene products, and hand sanitizer. These items disappear fast in a crisis and are often impossible to replace once panic buying starts. Think about waste disposal too. If your plumbing stops working, you'll need a bucket toilet system, essentially a 5-gallon bucket with heavy duty trash bags, cat litter, and a tight fitting lid. It's simple, but it works, and it can save your health and your home from becoming a biohazard. Don't forget about soap. Bar soap stores longer than liquid and doesn't spill. Antibacterial soap, dish soap, and even bleach are useful for keeping yourself, your clothes, and your cooking tools clean. Disposable gloves and masks can also help when dealing with waste or illness. Finally, consider how you'll dispose of trash and used hygiene items when regular collection stops. Heavy, duty trash bags, duct tape, and odor control methods can make a huge difference in comfort and cleanliness. Proper sanitation isn't glamorous, and it won't trend on survival gear websites, but when your grid-dependent life collapses, you'll be grateful you thought about the dirty details. In survival, staying clean is staying alive. When the power goes out, many people rush to grab candles and flashlights, but they often forget one of the most crucial survival needs, communication. In a grid-down event, you can't rely on your smartphone to keep you informed or connected. Cellular towers may fail, Wi-Fi will vanish, and your usual sources of news and updates TV, internet, social media will go dark. Without a reliable communication tool, you're isolated, left guessing what's happening beyond your front door. That's not just inconvenient, it can be dangerous. The most important item to have for off-grid communication is a battery, powered or hand-crank emergency radio. These devices can pick up NOAA weather alerts, emergency broadcasts, and local transmissions. They often come with built-in flashlights, solar panels, and USB ports for charging small electronics, making them a multi-use survival tool. Choose one with multiple power sources so you're not limited to just batteries. Two-way radios or walkie-talkies are also critical, especially if you're coordinating with family or neighbors. In areas without cell service, they allow real-time communication up to several miles. Perfect for checking in, planning meet-ups, or calling for help. Look for models with weather channels and long battery life. Pre-charged backup batteries or solar chargers can keep them going for days. For even broader communication, ham radios offer long-range contact with operators around the world. While they require a license to transmit, you can still listen legally, and listening alone can provide a wealth of information during disasters. It's also wise to print out important contact lists, maps, and instructions, because without the internet, you won't be Googling how to purify water or where the nearest shelter is. A small binder with emergency contacts, local maps, and key survival guides can make a big difference. When the lights go out and the silence sets in, having a plan for communication means you're not just surviving. You're staying connected, informed, and in control. In a grid-down situation, one of the most underestimated and overlooked items is fuel. Not just gasoline for your car, but a range of fuel types to keep your home warm, your food cooked, and your devices running. When the power goes out for days or weeks, your electric stove won't work, your furnace may shut off, and even generators become useless if you don't have fuel stored. Most people only think of filling up their gas tank, but fuel is about much more than transportation in an emergency. It's about survival. Start with cooking. Propane is one of the safest and most practical fuels to store. Small camping stoves that run on 1 lb propane canisters are lightweight and efficient, and they can be used indoors with proper ventilation. For larger needs, 20 lb grill tanks offer extended cooking capability but must be used outside. Keep a minimum of 3 to 5 full canisters per person. Don't forget lighters, waterproof matches, or a magnesium fire starter. Next, consider heating. In colder climates, lack of heat can become deadly fast. Kerosene heaters or propane-powered indoor heaters like the Mr. Heater Buddy can safely warm a room if used with caution. These require ventilation and CO2 monitoring, but they can literally save your life when the temperature plummets. Make sure to have extra fuel and a safe place to store it. Generators are another option. Even a small portable generator can power essentials like a fridge, lights, or medical equipment. But without fuel, it's a paperweight. Store stabilized gasoline, rotate it every 6 months, and keep a siphon or pump handy. Alternative fuels like wood, charcoal, alcohol, or sterno cans are also smart. A tiny rocket stove or alcohol burner can cook a meal without any electricity, making them perfect for apartments or bug-in situations. Fuel storage isn't exciting, but in a prolonged outage it becomes your lifeline. Without fuel, even the best tools are useless. With it, you can maintain warmth, cook food, boil water, and keep your equipment powered long after the grid has gone dark. Hygiene is one of the most commonly overlooked aspects of survival when the grid goes down. People stockpile food, water, and flashlights, but forget that staying clean is not just about comfort, it's about health and disease prevention. Without running water or working plumbing, your hygiene routines collapse fast, and that's when infections, illness, and morale problems start to creep in. Most people don't realize how quickly a bad situation can spiral when sanitation is ignored. First, consider your water usage. Brushing your teeth, washing your hands, and cleaning cooking tools all require clean water. If you haven't stored enough or don't have a way to purify more, even basic hygiene becomes impossible. Stockpile baby wipes, alcohol-based hand sanitizers, and no-rinse body washes. These allow you to clean your body and hands without wasting water. They are compact, inexpensive, and have a long shelf life. Toileting is another issue. Without a flushing toilet, you'll need a backup plan. A simple and effective solution is a 5-gallon bucket with a snap-on toilet seat and heavy-duty garbage bags lined with kitty litter, sawdust, or bio-gel. This helps control odor and makes disposal easier and safer. Don't forget rubber gloves and plenty of trash bags for disposal. Feminine hygiene is often forgotten in prepping, but must be accounted for. Stock up on pads, tampons, or reusable menstrual cups, and store them in waterproof containers. The same goes for diapers if you have infants or dependents. Basic grooming supplies matter too. Nail clippers, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and combs prevent minor issues from becoming major ones. A small mirror and tweezers can also be handy for treating cuts or splinters. Finally, think about cleaning supplies. Unscented bleach, vinegar, and multi-surface wipes can be used to disinfect surfaces, tools, and containers. Mold and bacteria thrive in damp, unclean environments. Don't give them a chance. Staying clean isn't optional. It's essential. Good hygiene keeps you healthy, focused, and mentally strong. In a crisis, it's not about smelling good, it's about staying alive and preventing a second disaster from illness. Most people don't plan for it, but you should. When the grid goes down, people rush to secure food and water, but they often forget one critical need: lighting. Light isn't just about visibility, it's about safety, security, and mental well-being. Once the sun sets, total darkness takes over, and without grid power, your home becomes a maze of shadows. Navigating in the dark can lead to accidents, and being left in complete darkness during a crisis can breed fear and confusion. Yet, lighting is one of the easiest and cheapest items to prep, and one of the most forgotten. Start with reliable flashlights. LED flashlights are compact, bright, and energy efficient. Each family member should have their own, and extras should be stored in key locations around your home. Don't rely on just one light source. Redundancy is essential in prepping. Consider headlamps which allow you to work hands-free, especially useful for tasks like cooking, fixing a generator, or using the bathroom during a blackout. Lanterns are great for area lighting. Battery-operated LED lanterns or collapsible solar lanterns can illuminate entire rooms. Choose models that have dimming features to conserve battery life. Candles are an option too, but they come with fire hazards and should only be used with extreme caution. Solar garden lights are a low-tech, low-cost hack for emergency lighting. Leave them outside during the day, then bring them in at night for safe, battery-free illumination. They're also great for lighting outdoor paths or your front porch during extended outages. Don't forget glow sticks. They're safe around kids and pets and can serve as temporary markers for doorways, stairs, or emergency bags. Finally, store plenty of backup batteries and a solar or crank-powered charger to keep everything running. Rechargeable batteries paired with a solar charger create a sustainable light solution. Light does more than push back the dark. It provides comfort, reduces stress, and signals preparedness. Most people underestimate how dark true darkness can be until it's too late. Don't be one of them. A well-lit home is a safer home and one more step toward maintaining control when everything else is uncertain. One of the most overlooked essentials during a grid-down emergency is proper sanitation. When people think of prepping, they often jump to food, water, and flashlights, but forget that without running water or electricity, your toilet won't flush, your garbage won't get picked up, and your hygiene routine takes a serious hit. In a short time, that oversight can lead to discomfort, illness, and even dangerous health hazards. Sanitation isn't glamorous, but it's absolutely vital to survival and morale. When the grid fails, municipal sewer systems often go down too. That means toilets back up or stop working completely. If you live in an apartment or house without a septic system, you'll need a backup. A simple solution is a 5-gallon bucket with a snap-on toilet seat and heavy-duty trash bags. Line the bucket, add a scoop of sawdust, cat litter, or baking soda after each use to reduce smell and absorb waste. Keep gloves, sanitizer, and extra bags on hand for safe disposal. Hand hygiene becomes critical in a survival situation. Stockpile alcohol-based hand sanitizer, antibacterial wipes, and waterless soap. Without clean hands, diseases like E. coli and norovirus spread quickly, especially in cramped or shared spaces. Also, don't underestimate the mental lift of feeling clean during a crisis. Pack baby wipes, dry shampoo, and toothbrushes to keep your personal hygiene routine intact. Trash buildup is another problem that quickly spirals. Store extra garbage bags and designate a separate, sealed area away from your living space to contain it. If you can, burn non-toxic waste or bury biodegradable materials far from your water source. For women, feminine hygiene is often forgotten in prepping plans. Stock up on tampons, pads, or reusable menstrual cups, and include these in bug-out bags and home kits. Cleanliness might not seem like a top priority when chaos hits, but it's a silent protector of health, dignity, and morale. When the grid goes down, sanitation is your shield against disease and one of the key indicators of whether your emergency plan truly works or falls apart.